Hi, this is Bill Raymond, and welcome to the next video in my series of creating a Docker image for AI and machine learning. In this video, it's going to be kind of short because we're just going to focus on creating a new Docker container based on the folder that we created. Let's get started. This My AI Docker image folder is kind of a template. It's a folder, so you might want to go and put this in a safe space. But at this point, it's on our desktop and we want to create a new one so that we can use it to do some work. So I'm going to take this My AI Docker image and I'll do Command C or Control C to copy it. And I'll make sure that I select the desktop again so that that folder is not selected. And I'll do Command V. Now you can see it just created the word copy at the end or something along those lines. What we want to do is rename this to something more worthwhile. So I'm going to go ahead and right click and choose rename. And I'm going to call this My New AI Project Desktop. And I'm putting dashes in between each one. Why am I using the word desktop? Well, that's because in future videos, I'm going to use Git and GitHub, so I don't want to confuse the two. I'll press return, and you can see I now have a copy of that folder. Now I have Visual Studio Code open on the left, and I have Docker open on the right. Notice that I have this one container that I'm working with, and this is the My AI Docker image. This is the one that we've been working with. And you can see it's called Stoic Borg. What happens is anytime you build or rebuild a container in Docker, it actually creates a unique name. Rather than asking you to create a unique name, it does it for you. It also creates this identifier, which is a lot of numbers and letters as well. So you have these two identifying factors for the container. All right. So what I'm going to do is come over here to Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to close our Docker image and do my Command-Shift-P or Control-Shift-P and close remote connection and press return. Now, as always, once I close that connection, it's also going to close in the Docker dashboard. And sometimes it takes a few moments to do that. But while that's working, I'm going to come back over here to Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to open our brand new folder. So I'll do my Command-Shift-P or Control-Shift-P and type open folder in container and press return. Once again, I'm at my desktop and I'm going to select that new folder that we just created. Let's see what happens when I open this up and pay close attention to what's happening over at the Docker dashboard. I'm going to press open. I don't know if you noticed just how quickly that happened, and that's because what happens is Docker and Visual Studio Code, they cache the files that were already in the previous image. So in other words, we didn't have to go out and download all of that stuff again. Now, sometimes when you modify the Docker file, you will have to wait some time. Sometimes it will happen very quickly. Very often it matters whether you're adding or modifying things at the top of the file or the bottom of the file. Okay, but look at this. Now we have two containers here in our Docker dashboard. And this new one is Frosty Jennison. That's the one that we're using, that I'm using anyway, for this particular new effort. So at this point, I can go ahead and just start working in this folder. But now the question might be, well, all right, I get to use this, but I'm not done with the video training series yet. So what if I don't even want to use this anymore? I don't want to fill up my desktop with all sorts of things that I am not going to use. Well, here's the process. First, you do your Command-Shift-P or Control-Shift-P, and you type close remote connection. Once that remote connection is closed, you'll see over on the Docker dashboard that this will also stop. This, in my case, Frosty Jennison. And I can just press the delete icon next to it, and that will delete it forever. If I ever need to rebuild it, it's fine. It's all defined in the Docker file, so I haven't lost anything. Also, on my desktop, I still have that folder. So if I'm fine deleting that, I can just right-click and move it to the trash or delete it, whatever the option is for your operating system. And there, we're no longer using that template anymore, and we can always come back to this folder, copy and paste it, reopen it in a container, and you're good to go. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more like this, please like, comment, and click the bell to support my channel.